Hi there, I'm Jennifer, and I'm going to be taking a few minutes to introduce you to the float process here at Infinity Float Center. We know you're probably dying to get in the float tank, but this information is very important, both for your safety and for your enjoyment of the experience. First, let's talk about how to prepare for your float session. If this is your first time floating with us, we'll have a short intake form for you to fill out, so please get here about 10 minutes before your appointment time. You can fill out your form and relax here in one of our lounges while we finish getting your room ready. Before you head into your float suite, it's a good idea to run to the restroom if you haven't done so recently. Nothing is worse than having to hop out mid-float to run to the restroom. When you enter the restrooms, the lights will come on automatically. No need to look for a switch. Also, if you're wearing contact lenses, you may want to go ahead and remove those. If you have forgotten your case and solution, don't worry, we have some available. Just ask. When you enter the float suite, you'll notice the color is customized to whatever color you selected when you booked your appointment. If you forgot to select a color, no problem. Just let your float team member know, and they'll be happy to assist. It's fun to start your float with a different color on each visit until you find your favorite. First, you'll undress. There's no need to wear a swimsuit, since it could bring pool chemicals or fabric dyes or even last weekend's barbecue sauce into the float solution. Be sure to remove any jewelry and place it here for safekeeping during your float. You will also notice this little black basket. This is where you'll find a choice of earplugs, a makeup removing wipe, and some petroleum jelly used to help protect any minor cuts and scrapes from stinging in the salty solution. Now, let's talk about the shower. You're actually going to take 2 showers. The first shower is all about getting your hair and body clean, so you're only going to use the first 2 products, shampoo and body wash only. But before you step into the rain shower head, decide if you need to use earplugs to keep the salt water out of your ears. I would highly recommend using those if you tend to get swimmer's ear or have other known ear issues, but they're not actually required. If you decide to use them, you'll want to put them in before you get in your shower, because once your ear canal gets wet, the earplugs won't make a very good seal. And, if you're wearing cosmetics, please use the makeup remover wipe that's provided. While showering, be sure to use the washcloth to scrub any areas where you've applied products like deodorant or lotion. We sure don't want to get any of that mixed into our saltwater solution. Just be sure to get everything as clean as possible, taking care to rinse well before turning off the shower. It's also a good idea to keep the water lukewarm. If you take a hot shower, you might feel a bit chilly when you first get in to float. The water and the air are both kept at 94 degrees, so it's the same as your skin temperature. If you stay still long enough, you might even begin to lose track of where your body ends and the water begins. Before you step in the cabin, take note of any cuts or scrapes or any areas of the body that could be sensitive in salt water. You'll want to apply a thin layer of the jelly to the surface of the skin as a barrier. If you're not sure of any sensitive areas, you'll discover them pretty quickly on your own once you lay down. Most of the time the stinging goes away as fast as it started, but if it doesn't, just hop back out, take a quick rinse, dry that area, and apply a thin layer of jelly to prevent it from stinging again. After that first shower, there's no need to dry off, but you might want to use one of the towels or washcloths just to dry your face, especially around your hairline. If you don't, you may feel the water dripping down and try to wipe it away, but your hands could be covered in salt water. Salty hands make salty eyes, and that is not fun. Alright, now for the good stuff. As you enter your float, be sure to hold on to one of the grab bars on the side of the cabin. While it may look like regular water, there's 1,200 pounds of Epsom salt in there, so it's actually really silky, and that can mean really slippery. So, move slowly and cautiously. You sit down and gently lay backwards. This is when you feel all that Epsom salt suspend you on top of the water, allowing you to break away from all that pesky gravity usually just pulling us down. You won't have to try to float, you just do. Kind of like a cork. It doesn't matter what end of the cabin you decide to put your head, but most people like to keep their head near the door so they can easily open it a little bit if needed. Also, you'll find the light button in the same area. If you need to reach us, you can hold down that same button for 3 seconds, and the lights in your cabin will begin to flash. When they're flashing, you know an alert is being sent to our computer at the front desk, and we'll soon be knocking on your door to make sure everything is okay. So, if the lights are flashing and you don't need anything, just press the button again to turn off the alert. You'll also see this little spray bottle hanging on the wall. That's full of fresh water. If you splash around too much or just happen to touch your face or your eyes, You can use that fresh water to rinse. Also, there's a washcloth on the outside of the cabin if you need it. And lastly, you will find a blue ring hanging on the door. That's called a halo. You can put that behind your head like a pillow if you're having a hard time relaxing your neck or your shoulders. Now let's talk about a few ways to make your float more enjoyable. Technically, there's no wrong way to float. Well, except maybe belly down, face down without a pool noodle. That would be silly. But you probably will want to try different positions to find out what's most comfortable for you. You might like to have your arms behind your head like you're lounging in bed, or reached out towards the wall behind you. Maybe one or both hands on your belly like you're laughing. Our cabins are big enough most people can even choose to have their arms stretched straight out from their sides, reaching for the walls. Or you can just keep your hands down by your sides. You may want to try a few yoga poses while you float. Stretching in the tank is amazing. Lastly, some twists might be nice as your spine starts to decompress. One really important thing to know here is that the whole idea is to do nothing. That might be really challenging at first, or might also be really easy for you. If you find yourself feeling antsy and ready to get out, explore that a bit. Tune back into your body by tensing and releasing your muscles. Maybe try watching your breath and counting each exhale. And don't worry if you fall asleep. It happens sometimes. It might be the best nap you've had in quite some time. When your float time is finished, you'll begin to hear the music again, and then shortly after the lights will begin to fade back up. Take your time standing up. Be sure to use the grab bars again to steady yourself as you slowly step out. An hour or more without gravity can make your legs a little noodly, so be careful. You'll take another shower to rinse off all the salt water. You don't actually have to use the body wash and shampoo again since you're still clean, but you're welcome to. Either way, the conditioner is now available for use. You can also use the ear rinse nestled within the soap dispenser. Just hold it directly outside your ear, not in it, and squeeze a few drops into your ear. Squish it around for 15 seconds or so, and then do the other ear. After you get dressed again, just leave your towel in the hamper. Any used earplugs or makeup wipes will go in the trash below the bench. We'll get everything cleaned up just in time for the next guest. Feel free to pop into the restroom to dry your hair or use any of the products that are provided on the vanity. You can also stop into one of our lounges for some water or some hot tea, or take a few minutes to reflect on one of our post-float journals. You'll find a selection of books and magazines, maybe even a coloring book or two. Take your time. Enjoy it. That moment of reflection on your experience and how you feel afterwards can make a huge difference. We also have a dry erase wall near the restrooms, and you're welcome to decorate that as well. And now for the sad part. What to do when it's time to leave? Well, if you're interested in checking options to come back again, stop by the front desk and we can help you book your next appointment. Massage and acupuncture is also available if you're ready to enhance your relaxation journey. Now go enjoy your float. If you have any additional questions, please be sure to ask us as you're shown to your suite.